I'm Hard Luck. I'm going to make a series of videos about reliving history. There are various ways to relive history, but the problem is there are many videos on YouTube about living history, but they do not cover how to get started in living history. They cover arts, crafts, there are historical documentaries on history, but they show how a person might dress in a particular period, or what a long hunter carries in his backpack or haversack, but they don't show you how to get started in becoming a long hunter or a candle maker. They only show you how it's done as an art and a craft. What I'd like to do is help you get started in historical interpretation or living history or reliving history from the time you walk into a historical event. You see all of these people starting fires, cooking, living in tents. They are dressed as soldiers, demonstrating how they marched or firing their weapons. They may be a Native American interpreter showing someone how that Native Americans lived in a particular period, what they ate, how they cooked, what kind of clothes they wore. That's what I want to cover. The first time I walked into a living history event was at Fort Deschartres in Illinois. I walked through the gate as a tourist, and I looked around and I saw tents, I saw people cooking on open fires, I saw soldiers walking around in uniforms, I saw people that looked like Davy Crockett or Daniel Boone. I saw women dressed in 18th century period attire, and they were demonstrating various arts, crafts, weaving, candle making, soap making, that sort of thing. And I did as many reenactors will tell you, I looked around and I felt like saying, "Mom, I'm home." Being born out of season is another way that living history participants will explain why they do what they do. They feel as though the 20th or 21st century is their pretend life, and their real life is when they are living in the woods, or they're camped out, or they're living in a barracks, and that's what they feel like. They feel like they were born out of season. That's a very common way to put it, born out of season. Once you've gone to one of these events, like I was intrigued, but I had no idea how to get started. I didn't know. I wished that I could do what they were doing, but I had no way to know how to do it. This series of videos is going to be about how to get started doing it. And hopefully it will be something that will be useful to you. My email address is hardluck4, that's HARDLUCK, the number 4, at outlook.com. hardluck4 at outlook.com. You may email questions to me about things that I have said, or questions that you want answered about certain things. You may want certain subjects covered in subsequent videos. If I can do so, I will accommodate whomever you are. I can direct you to various sources. If you were born after 1985, you probably grew up having all of your sources from the internet. However, books cover a far wider range of subjects than the internet does. You do not have to look up a specific question in a book. You may look up a book on Scottish tartans, and in that book there will be the history of Scottish tartans in all probability. There may be even examples of how the cloth was dyed, how it was woven, what area or time period it belonged to, the authenticity of it. It may cover a whole range of subjects that just, if you put in tartan on the internet, it would come up with one example and that would be it. So what I'm hoping to do is to be able to provide this for you. I can email you reference books. They're probably available at the library. Some are available online. Some are available through friends that you have. Some are available through booksellers such as Amazon or ABC Books or any of those subjects online. Or you may go to a local university. I went to a local university at Purdue University and looked in their library, and they have had many historical reference books that I was allowed to use. And that's what I'm going to cover. Hope to see you next time.